Hello everyone and welcome back to Humankind. Welcome back to, well, turn 210 and it's looking grim. It's looking not so great right now. What's looking great is that we are making ground, of course, and we are holding ground and stuff like that. What's not looking so great is the Babylonians. So I'm pretty sure that we're getting crushed by them at some point. They have 11k fame points, and they're basically entering the space age where we are at chivalry and alchemy. So I have no idea how they can steamroll this quickly and this much. Obviously, they have a lot of ground and no real enemies, so that's kind of gotten out of control there. Anyway, we're still trying to make our own footmark on the world, of course, with Rome, so we're still holding tight here. And still trying to do something. So what I need to do first of all is I would like to boost in a few of my cities a bit of my income and a bit of my industry. So we do have our market quarters for Pompeii. Pompeii is where we have the market. We do have some good stability, even though that's fluctuating quite a bit from basically 30% to 100% back to 30% all the time. I just guess we are getting with the flow or going with the flow here. Let's just add a few more of these market districts to Pompeii. So I think I realized that I've been way too conservative with the way too passive with the district building. So building districts essentially is of course one of the biggest things that you can do in this game, and especially if you have stability, you should spam those districts away. Capua has a very good industry rating there and money rating. It does have another harbor, so I would like to use that to have some additional, well, marketed districts basically next to it for Capua. So Capua and Pompeii would be my money industry, right, where we do push in a lot of stuff like that. Where basically Rome is our powerhouse when it comes to industry and science, so those things is something that we should probably boost more. So that would mean more research quarters, more industry. Industry, for example, is really good down here, so that we have our, well, basically our territory that is just for the industry thing. So I'm just going to add another one. We are going to have a few of them now for Rome. Very important. At the same time, I'm going to move my units up here to the English border because I'm planning another conquest. We should still be having a few here. Oh, in Ephesus we're training a few more. And by the way, since my income is pretty good, I'm also going to train the remaining units, the crossbowmen here, to my musketeers, to my gunners, right, so that we upgrade our military force there as well. Now Nicer and Hattusa here is with the docks, so once again something where we do get quite a bit of money out, but also science. Let's boost a bit more into science here instead of industry. So we want to push the science there, and by the way, for Rome we would have 12 slots available there. Food is fine, so let's push one over there, and for industry we also don't need that much, and I'd rather just have a few more in the science sector. And I think, yes, we do have the manuscript, so we are boosting with that the science a bit further. So we should be looking into a bit specializing our cities there even further. So I'd say that would be in the medieval time onwards, where specialization really makes sense, and where we can really boost our techs and stuff like that. Let's end the turn 211, where we are still also boosting well, our cities. So there we, for example, for Capua, we should really boost a bit more the money on that side here. And by the way, there is another very interesting thing that is working there in the background. First of all, we are, as we know, allied with the Egyptians. Well, we do have quite a few grievances. This is another system that I don't like so much about this game, is that for every single territory that is not his religion or is oppressing the faithful, we do get that grievance, and he really wants like 4,000 to 6,000 coin for each one of these grievances. I have no idea how this mechanic should really be fair or, well, be used in a proper manner, because of course that is insane. We are not doing that. Instead, what we could do is to further, well, strengthening our bonds here with the Egyptians. What we can do is we can go to the civic tree and have a look at my atheism. So there we have the irreligion civic, and as we can see, we are not allowing any foreign religion at the moment, and this is what's causing this grievance. We could cancel this one, which I'm going to do, and we can go for secularism. This one here is lose the ability to enforce a state religion, but also become immune to religious grievances. And we do have these, well, religious grievances, all of them at the moment with the Egyptians. but also with the Babylonians, so that we have oppressing the faithful. And I'm hoping that this one completely goes away, because, by the way, we're not oppressing now anyone anymore with the religion. And I'm hoping that Babylonia and Egyptians stay now peaceful with us, as these grievances should be going away, and we could open up then more trade again and stuff like that. Because Babylonia, for example, there's nothing we can do about with them at the moment, as long as these things are active. And that's basically pretty much the worst thing that's going on there. Now, anyway, we're still trying to do those things, figuring it out, and also trying to stay alive against the Babylonians. That would be an interesting city, right? By the way, they do have some territories. We have the expansionist annexation available, so I could try to annoy them a bit by getting those territories here, right? We are going to use this cooldown now. Yep, we can use it now. On England, though, so England has a territory here, and I think this one is, yep, an administrative center. So let's move one of my units down to this one and try to annex this territory. Very, very important. With my other units, I might be moving towards that city over there, because this one gives us, or this one, I think it's this one, right? Those cities, because I would like to conquer them, plus it gives us the positive war score. I definitely would like to keep my units together, though, as long as possible, so we're just moving in with those now, a bit closer here, so they're a bit closer to this instead, just in case there is a unit coming, an enemy unit. And then we might try to annex this one. By the way, let's get this one back again. I want more gunners. Now, this brings me to Balaam, which is at the moment a bit muddy looking, but it's still there, the city. Balaam is really developing to the second powerhouse after Rome. It's incredibly strong already. And that's, of course, because also we have three other territories attached to it. So quite a lot, actually more than what would be sane. And that means that we got some very good stats here. Science not so much, but money and industry, which is basically what I'm focusing on. So we could even boost more into money and science here. I do already have quite a few market districts, and just look at those numbers. Perfect. Now, we can have another one then over there. By the way, stability is absolutely no problem. We could have a few more industry sectors and get those bonuses. And I think, yes, we can really start pushing out those units here pretty soon. And that is something that I would like to aim for Balaam, beside, of course, the finishing of those projects. Basically, what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to conquer the other AI opponents while avoiding the Babylonians as much as possible. Because, you know, as we know by now, they have time machines and stuff like that. They probably know our military there to the latter. In Nazar, another full regiment has been trained. So Nazar is down to 9 pops now. We were reducing the pops. And it is a science powerhouse, right? In Nazar, as we can see, we do have a lot of research quarters. That wasn't us, by the way, that built it, but basically the AI. And we should really utilize all that research that we have in Nazar with, for example, building more of them or pushing all the people that we have into science. We still have, 7 slots available there. So boosting some food production in the meantime might be a good idea, or boosting the, research, the researchers with the manuscript atelier. Let's go with that. At the same time, we have now started this annexation. It takes for 6 turns now, and if no one attacks, we will get this territory. Let's move the other unit a bit closer, so just in case that we do have something here. And those units we can finally now upgrade, so that's quite expensive here. 500 coin for one of them. I'm only doing it once, right? And then we just have to wait again a bit here. I could still try, since there should be no... these are all running out now, right? So from 10 to 9 turns. And then I hope that we can go with a scientific agreement that boosts our science there a bit. I'm also inclined to go for more trading here. So the salt that we have gives me food and stability for all cities. A bit expensive, 500 coin, but still possible. So let's go for another trade. So trade is something that I've also neglected for a bit. Now I'm all in, of course, but we should have started with trade much earlier. Now in Balaam, the next district is finishing soon. I think we might be actually going for 400 industry in Balaam pretty soon. And let's push the next regiment up there to the English border. In Hattusa, money and science are looking fine. Another city that is boosting a lot of science out. Also thanks to having, of course, having this massive second territory there with the statue of Zeus that is adding quite a lot of productivity to the surrounding area there. So that is something. 1414, there is still something. Stability is looking fine for Tusa now. We have a harbor. Oh, we don't have a harbor there yet. It might be a good chance here to push for a harbor, because that is a nice growth boost that we have. And then some infrastructure for science. There we have it. Also the manuscript with the research quarters. So this is where, of course, we should use the infrastructure to boost our districts. Feistos, our pretty much weakest city at this moment, where I would probably boost more money, because that is something that we could have here. And by the way, no, harbor is not possible. So it's safe to say that we go for these market districts. And as we can see, we got some very good adjacency bonuses here also, thanks to that harbor area that we have there. Angel Wings, for the longest time, Ephesus has faithfully served as the breadbasket of the empire, its rich farmland a source of envy in other territories. The people of the region, however, have often been called idle and accused of neglect or worse. Now, though, a zoologist has identified a parasite thought to be responsible for what many thought a character defect. Alright, so what should we do? What will we do, though, with the region's reputation? Educate. We do get the celebrating, bountiful for treating it. Actually not that expensive. And discredited. No, let's go with treat. 200 we pay. There would be another event coming out of that, and I'm very scared of them. And a bit of more food is fine. So once again, the middle ground. Now, next turn, we do have some money again. I would like to upgrade the 2 remaining crossbowmen to some gunners. And another 3 turns for annexation of this one. And then we can go... Oh! For the city that just developed, right? So this city is new. There was an outpost here only. And the English basically now developed the city out of that. So for that, that's our goal. We have to do the war declaration first though. And I'm still waiting for the annexation, I think. Or we just go for it right away. Let's actually push to London. Let's push up here. Into the borders. I mean, you know, the wrath of the English is not very strong in this game. So I'm not really scared. Move them in. Now, there is a funny thing here for this siege that is going to happen now, I think. And that is that we're way outnumbered. But because the game is also counting in those ships, and those ships can't attack us on the land. That's going to be a funny thing. But that's for the next turn. What else could we do? In Rome, we finish some more districts. Very important. Stability is though fine. Ephesus, on the other hand, has a lot of growth that we push now over there to more science, because we do need that science, right? Very important to push a bit further. We could also go for a few more research quarters here, or we're boosting the research quarters that we have with another library, right? We got 6 people in science, so this boosted by 6%. Furthermore, mercantilism, we do get a new city cap. Perfect, hooray. A new city that we will probably conquer right away. Manufacturing is something, and the trade fair just gives me flat money. A bonus that we need. Another star with that. Our very first star for the industry area. Let's just check the technology tree real quick. So city cap is not my goal for now. I might still have overlooked something. Chivalry goes... We don't really need that anymore, do we? Nah, that's totally wasted. The furnace... gives me a nice industry bonus, but other than that is useless too. Patronage that we have, that is a very good bonus there for science. Inventor's Workshop. I might go for that because science is so important for us right now. And then the movable typeface that unlocks the university for us with another science boost. And with that, we can then open up some new stuff here. Especially, where's my new unit, right? I mean, the Babylonians, that would be my new unit, the line infantry. The Babylonians, by the way, they're kind of like over here with the heavy machine gun. So they're a bit further away. It would take us 19 turns to get there. But of course, we can still try that, of course, yes. Now, I've got 3 harbors now for Belum. Perfect. Now, it's siege time for Londonia, almost. Oh, wait a second. Let's say almost. Let's have them stationed here for now. Because before I declare war, how's it going along here? Are we taking it? No, 2 more turns. Alright, I would really like to finish this first. So that's that. How is Belum looking? Another market quarter is coming along. Stability is still fine. So we could still boost a few more districts here. So another one down here for the money income. And by the way, there is another thing that I totally don't get here right now, that's the costs of these projects. So even if you build a simple 1-turn project, it does cost me, with this one here, 2 turns, it cost me 3,500 coin. This is totally out of whack. Why should I pay that much money if I can finish it in 1 or 2 turns, right? Because 3,500 coin, that's a lot of money. That's almost a grievance that we have against the Babylonians. So, yes, about those numbers. Let's just check once again. This one is stationed. We can end the turn because we have basically looked at everything. How is it looking there with those crises? 4 more turns with the Egyptians. Then we can go for a bit more, another treaty here, right? That I would probably like to do. Trading-wise, coffee, salt. Coffee gives me another food. Both of them are just food. So let's just go for, I think, coffee, 700. Boosting my growth there again a bit. With the amount of money that we have. Those troops, let's have them stationed for now. And here we have 1 more turn. Let's end it. And then we should have annexed this one. And we have. There it is. Belongs to us now. We could develop this one into a city, which is quite expensive. By the way, we do have, yes, very good, another saltpeter resource. And we do need them. So let's go ahead and use some of our influence to build that one. And it's being applied to our empire right away. Perfect. That is something. How much would it cost to use this one? Attach it. 900 influence. Let's do this. We've done it. Perfect. So this is another attachment now to Belum. Belum is growing really, really powerful there. Gotta say that. We are losing a bit of stability here because of this new territory. So a commons quarter might be something. And I really do like my commons quarters. We do get a nice adjacency bonus up there for plus 10 stability that I would like to use then. Now we can finally use those units to march further to the next English town. We actually have a couple of options there. This one or this one. This one is being very close to the Babylonians, so I don't like to do that really. This one here hasn't been taken yet as far as I can see. Has it been taken? No, I think it's neutral. But we do need a city. So let's march for Nivarias over there. It's going to take us a few turns. Let's just see what is the fastest one, please. This one here is using a few roads. This one going right to the city gates, and this one here right in front of it. Those should be fine to conquer the city. So I would like to conquer 2 cities right from scratch to get that war support going. And then we probably will just have some smaller skirmishes with them. Now, we're finishing those districts so quickly in Belum right now. Let's go ahead and start with some building units. With unit building. Just push those into the money there. So Belum is for money and industry. And there we just push those 2 units there. Basically building 4 for another regiment that we need for some defense, of course. In Rome, we have 20 pops. We're barely able to support them. So I would like to go ahead now and also recruit some units here in Rome that we can have them. And we probably will do this with a few cities that have a lot of pop. So Ephesus still has 19 pop and a very good growth rating. In fact, we might push more people into the growth rating so that we can endlessly push those units out here, right? It's a bit of money that we lose, but it's fine. Actually, let's push one over there. And then we can train a few more units. That I would definitely like to do. And there we got another one in Ephesus. Let's just have this one. The Persians make another demand of 4,000 coin. Basically a few of them. So we would have to pay them 12,000 coin to make them happy again. No way. I'm not doing that. Now, it is time to rob the English of their next city. Or next cities, I should say. Overseas interests. An era of grand commerce is upon the empire. Trade routes riddle the land with wares fashioned in one corner destined for markets in the other. Yet it is not only overland that goods find customers, now merchant companies across entire oceans to link markets and make handsome profits. How do you wish to respond to the growing power? Accept it. We go with the free market. We could nationalize it. So this one gives me, I think, a bit more money than in the future. This is a choice of where we want to go with our civic, basically, and our civics in the future. Or do we want to tax it? This gives me stability in all cities, while the rest don't have any effect. Let's accept it with the free market. Science Osmosis. One more turn for this one. Do we have another one? We don't. Let's end the turn. Patronage has been researched. With that, we get the luxury manufactory. This gives me quite a lot of money for each market quarter and plus fame on constructibles. We get the playhouse for a bit of influence and inventor's workshop, 10% science boost for this city. Really great. And now we go towards the university then. Let's have a look. Belum is training units now. Perfect. Ah, there is something. Yes, we might open our war here. Not with the siege of Nivarias, but with the battle of against those guys there. Basically, we can do that. And yep, let's declare war on the English. There we have it. They're fleeing. That was the very first one. Are they losing war support because of that? Yes, retreating from a battle. And they do lose war support from now on. We could go up here then right away to conquer or capture the city here then. But I'm waiting for this reinforcement here, which is not around the corner there, is it? Let's try it. Reinforcements. Ah, we do have the reinforcements. So why not just do it now? Assault the city. And of course, we're going to have a manual battle about that. This is going to be certainly interesting as they have the higher ground and we don't. Very interesting how one of my melee units gets up here. I would rather use my musketeers. They should be able to attack. We got all the melee fighters in the front. Even though I probably would like to use my gunners for that. Let's end deployment. So there's the flag. We need to capture this flag at all costs. And can we enter? We could enter. We could also attack here right away. Let's do that. This one is possible. Let's have 1 damage there. Fortunately, they need a direct line of sight, which we don't have. But we can still attack, of course, with our forces there. And it's still amazing how these Praetorian guards are still so strong in this era, right? We are attacking here, here, and here. We want to get that flag as quickly as possible. We could also attack here once again, but that's just very bad overall, so I'm not doing that. And we can actually end the turn already because, you know, we don't have any other ground here. They are now destroying their own units there, it seems. This one is going down. We're still stronger. Let's attack them. Next. Perfect. For another attack on those guys. Let's destroy those units so we can finally move up there. And then attack most likely from the other side. Let's move the next unit a bit closer. Another heavy damage. And probably kill them off. Perfect. And here we still have those weaker ones. Those guys, let's move them out. And let's move in the gunners. The gunners will still be able to do some serious damage here. Very good. Next unit down. And here we're just going to wait. I should probably move more my gunners to the front. Alright, that's it already. We can attack once again. And now we can finally start holding the flag, which we should. So I'm doing that with the gunners. Since they're pretty strong against those archer units and stuff like that. We still have some longbowmen here. Let's attack them. Get up here with our gunners as well. But I think that's the end of this siege here already. Alright, they were trying to do something there, but that's the end. Of course, we have captured the flag and thus have captured the city here. And by the way, this is only one tile city at the moment, as far as I can see. It was just built, right? So basically, but it's ours now. And with that, we do get this very positive war score rating already. With the first conquest, many more to come. Stay tuned.